Okay, welcome to the last tutorial for this particular part, which is actually putting the grill on your control panel. So what's a grill? A grill sort of goes on this right-hand side, and what that is a series of holes that actually allow the speaker to be mounted behind it and for the sound to come out. So it's a pretty important feature. It's also something you've designed. So I'm going to show you how to do it the way that I designed mine, but you might have a slightly different look or, a slightly different pattern for the way you want to do it. So there's a little bit of adaptation you might need to put in place for yours. I'll show you the basics and then you can go from there. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, like most things, is create a sketch. And I'm going to create a sketch on the front face of the control panel. I'm just going to use the pan tool to center the part in my view. I'm going to hit the escape button to get out of the pan tool. At this point, I'm going to take the 2-point rectangle tool and I'm just going to draw my first hole for my grill. So this is a rectangle. It's nothing special really. It's just a small rectangle. I'm going to give it some dimensions. And the dimensions are going to be 10 millimeters wide and I want to go for 3 millimeters high, I think. And that's just my design. You might have bigger ones, you might have smaller ones or a different shape. Don't forget your basics though. You do have to lock things down. So I'm going to make sure that, I've got my gap to the top edge, and also I'm going to make sure that I've got my gap to the side as well. I seem to be having some buffering issues here, so hopefully that works. There we go. All right, so that makes my sketch justified. You can see it's turned black, which means it's a happy sketch. It's locked in place, and that's all I'm going to do. Now, keep in mind that at this point, you could actually just, reselect your rectangle tool and just go ahead and draw a heap more rectangles and, sort of do your grill that way. I don't know how long that would take, but it feels to me like it would take forever. So that is perfectly valid. You could, and for simple grills, maybe that's a faster way to do it. But, for most grills, I would imagine that that's going to take super long, really complex dimensions, and there's a much better way to do it. So I'm just actually going to finish this at this point, and just treat it like it's the first instance of the grill, and then I'm going to replicate that using the grill tool. So at this point, all I need to do is just grab my extrude tool. I'm just going to make sure that when I'm extruding, sorry, here's my dialog box. I'm going to make sure that I'm selecting the sketch and I'm cutting into the part for a distance of -3 millimeters. That's just my normal. So there we go, -3. And you've done this before. That's my cut ready to go. So I'm just waiting for that to calculate. And you can see that there's my first hole. Now, at this point, I need to start using some new tools. So I want you to pick this tool up here. It's the rectangular pattern tool. And what this does, you can read the description. It duplicates features and allows you to sort of put some inputs around how you want to control those in terms of how many and what direction and so on. So if I select this tool, here's the dialog box. I want to make sure that this object type is set to features. Super important because we are actually just wanting to replicate this one feature, this hole. We're not actually wanting to replicate the whole body or anything like that. So just make sure you've got the right thing selected. And then it's going to ask you for these axes. You can select one or two axes, but axes are like directions that you want the pattern to go. Okay, so I'm going to pick two. I'm going to pick the top edge and the side edge, and usually you do that. You pick edges of the part that you're actually working on. And you can see that I've got these little arrows turning up now, which is actually the directions that I chose. Now, at this point, you do have to start sort of messing around with your parameters a little bit because what it's going to ask you for is how many items do you want and over what sort of distance. So if I sort of put 100 millimeters distance and I put 8 instances in there, you can see what it's done. It's actually given me a preview that's going in the wrong direction. So I just need to grab that and drag it across. So you've got a bit of sort of dynamic adjustment that you can put in place. And that'll give you a preview of what you're likely to see. Now, at this point, I'm looking at that thinking I'm not super happy with that, partly because I think the distance is too far. It's sort of getting too close to the edge. But it also is making my holes a little bit too close together. So there's not going to be a lot of plastic left there when I laser cut it. So I'm actually going to reduce the number and get an output that looks a little bit more normal. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to work on the interaction between quantity and distance and get that looking right. And you've got to do the same in both directions. So let's say I just, put the same parameters in. 6 of over 70 mils, then while my distance kind of looks okay, I've just got to check that that's the spacing I want. In this case, I don't actually think it is. I think the spacing looks a bit weird. So I'm actually going to increase the number and go for something more like that. So I've got 6 across and 10 down, and minus 70 and 70 as my distances. So it is a square, but it's actually got like a different number going across as it does going down. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to hit OK and just let it go ahead and make those cuts. And you can see that, in a fraction of the time it would have taken me to kind of manually cut all of those one by one, I've got my entire grill. So that's a much faster way to do it. So I'm pretty happy with that as my output. Just keep in mind, folks, that if you are wanting to do something else, the rectangular pattern tool can also do a circular pattern. That's a bit different. Like if you've got one of those sort of starburst grills or a circular arrangement, it asks you for different inputs. Like it doesn't ask for axes, it asks for a center point of the circle, and then it sort of does the pattern that way. But that can be worth having an experiment with. And the more advanced one is a pattern on a path. So if you can imagine you have like a zigzag line, you can make your sort of holes go in that line. You can do things like crazy things like spirals and crazy direction sort of stuff. So that one's a little bit more experimental and a bit more free form, but there are those other options there as well. So hopefully that was a pretty simple tutorial for you. Just don't forget the basics, which are you've got to rename your sketches so that you know what they were. So I'm just going to rename that grill. And then this part is ready for drawing. So don't forget to save, and then we'll pick this up when we're actually putting this part on a drawing sheet. Okay, thanks for watching.